Hello everyone and welcome back to Plot 33 Survival. In the last episode, we managed to earn enough money to buy a greenhouse, a water tower, and a water tanker. We also started the production of tomatoes, and they were growing through the night. And I wonder, how many did we produce in the meantime? It's not a groundbreaking number, but at least it's a start. Plus, it's all passively being produced. All that I need to do is bring some water, and by the looks of it, not that much, cause there's still plenty of it left. We also loaded up the remaining logs, but I think I can squeeze a few more onto the trailer. The bigger the better, right? And it looks like we still have 3 big ones left. So I say we make that a 2. Wow, I'm really bad at this today. Looks like I lost all the skills. I can barely load a log onto the trailer. That's not good. This one is the biggest of the lot, and I think it won't be a good idea to put it onto the trailer. Rather, I'll put it aside. I'll use it as a counterweight whilst driving to the sell point. Yeah, I am really bad at loading today, so I hope that this load will bring enough money into our bank account so that we can afford the next part of my super duper awesome genius plan. So let's find out if my struggles were worth it. Currently, our bank balance is negative 465 bucks. And now we have 7,462. But is that enough? Find out right after I tell you about my plan. I want to plant potatoes since they are the most profitable crop in Farming Simulator 22. Or at least I think they are. Don't quote me on that. But in order to grow potatoes, we need a field to plant the potatoes in. And in order to make a field, we need a plow. And since the skid steer doesn't have a 3-point hitch, we will need a tractor. So what are our options then? Oh, actually there is only one option, and it's the Fiat store? Story? Or is that a story? Store? I, I don't know. I, I I don't know how to pronounce that. But but it has a whopping 40 horsepower engine in the front, no cab in the middle, and it has only two-wheel drive. But it does have a rear 3-point hitch, and it can go at a blistering speed of 28 kph. That looks like a better color for it, a nice faded orange. And unfortunately, the rims don't come in black, so beige it is. And with that, we got ourselves the first tractor of the series. It's not much, but it'll do just fine. I say we let this bad boy purr. The mighty... what is that, a 3-cylinder? I actually can't tell. It's probably a 3-cylinder. I say we take it for a bit of a test drive, shall we? Oh yeah, it's a manual as well. So that is something I'll need to get used to. And look at it go. All that speed and power. Well, now that we have a tractor, we just need to buy ourselves a plow, so that we can start making fields. And it looks like we just barely can't afford it. I mean, we can afford its smaller brother, but I already know that even with the bigger one, it's gonna take a long time to make even a small field. So I think it's a better idea that I go and chop down a couple more trees so that we can get the bigger one. Well, the old skid steer can now go onto the trailer, and the Fiat can now tow it. That's interesting. The PTO shaft is constantly spinning. So does that mean if the implement needs PTO power, it's always going to be on? Seems like a bit of a design flaw. Huh, it appears that it's not that simple to drive up onto the trailer. How about if I try it backwards? No, even worse.
One eternity later.
Took me way too long, but we finally have the skid steer on the trailer. And I hope we won't need to do it again anytime soon. That was painful. And we're back home. Now I hope that taking the skid steer off the trailer won't be as difficult as getting it on. Although it might help if I take the straps off first. Yeah, that makes it way easier. Wait, what's that in the distance? Can it be? No way. Is that our first pallet of tomatoes that I see? Yes, they are. The greenhouse is already starting to pay itself off. What a wonderful sight. But how much are they worth? It looks like a decent amount, considering all that we did was bring some water from the water tower to the greenhouse. We are going to sell them, but just to be safe, I'll chop down a couple of small trees and sell them as well. That is them loaded. Now for the tomatoes, which will be a bit more difficult since I can't pick them up by hand and I don't have pallet forks for the skid steer. So I hope I can load it up with the grapple. But that worked out surprisingly well and easy. Yeah, that should be plenty of money for the plow. We can even pick the color of it for free. But there's no orange, so red will have to do. And now we are a proud owner of a brand new plow. So let's put it on the trailer and head back to make some fields, or at least one to start with. Where should our first field be? We do have all this land back here, and we even have a road to it already. So I think this will be the perfect place for our first field. And just like that, the little Fiat that could had made a field. And by the looks of it, this is going to take a bit more than a minute to finish. I'll say this is big enough to start on, and we can always make it bigger in the future. Well, the sun is getting real low, and the greenhouse still has enough water for the night. So I shall leave this episode here. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Plot 33 Survival. If you did, leave a like and subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode. Bye for now.